The courtroom was buzzing with anticipation, cameras flashing, reporters scribbling notes, and millions at home glued to their screens. It wasn't every day that Senator John Kennedy of Louisiana found himself standing before two judicial giants, Judge Judy, known for her razor-sharp tongue and no-nonsense demeanor, and Chief Justice John Roberts, the symbol of measured authority in America's highest court. The unusual trial was broadcast live, billed as a clash of wit, law, and politics, and it already had the makings of a showdown that could alter the public's faith in justice. From the moment the gavel struck, the tension was palpable. Judge Judy leaned forward, her piercing eyes narrowing at Kennedy. "Senator," she said, her voice like steel wrapped in fire, "you're clever with words. You can charm a crowd. But today, charm won't save you. Today, the truth will." The audience gasped, sensing her challenge wasn't just legal, it was personal. Kennedy straightened his tie, his southern drawl cutting through the air like honey over gravel. "Well, Your Honor," he replied calmly, "I reckon the truth don't need savon. It just needs tellin'. Judge Roberts, ever the arbiter of balance, cleared his throat. "This trial isn't about theater. It's about facts, evidence, and accountability. We're not here to be swayed by rhetoric but to uncover the heart of the matter." The charges were murky, wrapped in political undertones and media spectacle. Kennedy was accused of bending the rules to push forward legislation that critics claimed favored big corporations. To his opponents, he was a manipulator of the system; to his supporters, he was a warrior against hypocrisy in Washington. And now, with two of the most formidable judges in the nation questioning him, Kennedy stood at the center of a storm. As the prosecution laid out its case, the air grew heavy with accusations. Charts, statistics, and testimonies painted Kennedy as cunning, calculating, willing to cut corners if it meant securing victory. Judge Judy's quick wit pounced on every perceived inconsistency. "You said one thing on the Senate floor, another to your constituents, and now you're saying something else entirely. Which version of you should we believe?" she snapped. Kennedy smiled faintly, his eyes glinting. "Ma'am, I've been called a lot of things, sometimes a saint, sometimes a scoundrel. But I assure you, I've only ever been one man. The difference is how folks choose to listen." The crowd stirred. Judge Roberts interjected, pressing Kennedy with a sharp legal query about constitutional boundaries. For a moment, it seemed Kennedy was cornered, his every word dissected by two of the sharpest legal minds alive. The cameras zoomed in, catching the beads of sweat forming on his brow. Millions watched, expecting him to crumble under the weight of scrutiny. But Kennedy didn't break. Instead, he leaned into the storm. With measured calm, he began to dismantle the prosecution's narrative piece.